Got a question for you, Dexi.
You do?
Yeah.
What is it?
What series are we covering this week?
We're not covering
Trick
one.
question. No, we're not, because we're going to just be going over some news. We'll be talking about the Animanga Fest, I guess you could call it.
It's more of like a hey, we're all weebs, let's have fun together, not really a con.
Yep, and then we're going to go over a section that you've been wanting to do for a while, which is
Hear me out.
Yep. So let's get this going.
Hey, we got a tale to tell where two hearts collide. In this Emmy spell, father and daughter sharing dreams in the world of Venga. Nothing's as it seems. We've had a half in this journey, side by side, laughs and adventures we won't hide. Join the ride in this anime tonight. We've found a half shining bright.
All right, welcome to Weeb and a Half, the podcast where a dad and daughter bond over anime, argue about everything from plot twists to favorite characters, and prove that watching anime together is actually the best kind of family time. So, we're recording this about, 2 weeks after?
Well, that
It was it was week before last, so.
Yeah, because this
About
weekend.
2.5 weeks. Before we get into that, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
you been watched or read anything new?
Give me a second. I found a book library. It's called Sunbeams in the Sky. It's about this girl, and like this guy asks out her sister, but she finds out because they're twins. There's two girls and they're identical twins, and this guy asks out this girl's sister, and then he realizes it's the wrong girl, and then some other guys like beat her up or something. It's confusing, and then that girl stays away from because they go to two different schools. One goes to a nice school, one goes to a normal school, because one's smarter than the other. And the one that went to the nice school had to stay home, and then the one that went to the normal school, you know, I don't remember either of their names because they're identical. But the one that went to the normal school had a cold or something, and so she begged her sister to go as her because she had to go that day because her crush had a basketball game and she needed her to cheer him on. And so her identical twin sister's been attending school as her and starts to fall for someone that her sister doesn't like, so it becomes more complicated.
Oh, sounds like fun. It
Yeah.
reminds me of, there's a movie called Moving, and in it, he has twin sons that, when they move to a new school, they make the administration think that there was a mistake and that there was only one of them. So only one of them had to go to school at a time. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot in the anime manga world.
Playing a lot of video games.
Yeah, that's what I've been mostly doing, playing Adamfall. There for a while, me and your mom were watching The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yeah.
And we kind of fell off on it because I think she kind of fell asleep through a couple episodes. And
she needs to stop falling asleep while watching TV. I don't get how she does it.
We both do it, so
I don't get how y'all do it.
Not sure if we're going to finish it. If we do, we're probably going to try to pull her in for an episode, which should be fun.
Is there enough room in this closet for 3?
Possibly.
You could shove me up against that wall and she could take my spot.
Yeah, we might have to do some rearranging, but it's possible. Back to one of the main things we're talking about today is Animanga Fest that the Austin Public Library puts on every year.
At the Ruiz branch.
Mm-hmm. And this is the
third time. Because first year I didn't go as anything. No, I went as GBU said. And the second year I went as Gyu, I think. I thought maybe I was Ren. I don't remember.
I was going to say, I thought you went as Ren.
I probably went as Ren, yeah. Yeah. And then this year I went in my Attack on Titan cosplay.
Mm-hmm. And I wore a Evangelion shirt.
And there was a guy there, and his shirt said Jaeger is for life.
That was pretty funny.
It's not funny, Dad.
But I really need to work on saying but because there's a lot of editing to do around that part. But see, there we go. It's apparently a habit that I'm definitely going to have to break.
Yeah. Anyways,
So when we first got there, realized that the main area wasn't as
like it wasn't like the main part of the library, like the big open space. It was in what they usually put most of like their events in, which is a smaller room off to the side near the bathrooms.
yeah. And the first year we went, they had
A
that
lot of
one
crafts.
in that one room. It wasn't the main like gathering room, whatever you want to call it. It was that one little room beside the youth books is where they did the perler. Well, I don't know if they did the perler beads there, but they were
Oh
doing
yeah.
uh
They did do the perler beads there, and then in
and
the
they
other
also did the
room,
shrinky dinks.
yeah, and in the other room they put most of the stuff in this year was they just played anime, like first
Yeah.
episode of animes, and I don't remember what else was in there.
Yeah, I think that was it. That and the snacks.
Yeah, that room had the snacks, and then outside was like the making stickers and all the other
You could do
stuff.
the button making, and they also that was the year they had the little LEDs that you could do to light
Yeah,
up. Like you could make Sailor Moon's wand, and it would light up with a
it
little
was her
battery.
brooch, Dad.
Oh, the year after that, they had the perler beads and shrinky dinks and stuff. I don't even think they did shrinky dinks that year, or they might
I
have.
don't. Did they do shrink? They did do shrinky dinks this year.
Yeah,
I didn't do any. But after everything was over, they just had the big thing of pins, and I went through and got like 41, and then put them all in a jean jacket.
and also last year they did it. They had those Studio Ghibli orb
The little
ornament
terrarium
things.
things.
Yeah, that you could do. That was pretty fun.
The amount of time I saw people drop them though, and they like opened, because they just like snapped closed, and they had to tape it. People kept dropping them though.
And this year, the
Oh, but
room that
you go.
oh, I was just gonna say that in this year in the main room they had that's where they were doing the perler beads and stuff, but they also were doing trivia.
That was really fun. Didn't we get like the highest score?
You did. Or at least one of the highest scores. I'm not sure because it was you and that other lady, and I don't know. I don't know what she got, but
I would have gotten our score would have been 29 if I had remembered the fact that it was Hunter x Hunter for that one anime intro, because I don't watch it, but I know the intro.
and you won and got a keychain. Well, me and you both got a keychain
Yeah.
because we were technically on a team.
Yeah, you're my partner, so you got that one character that I still don't know who it is, and I got Ace from One Piece.
You met the people sitting next to us there.
Yeah, she was nice.
She got really excited a couple of times.
Well,
there.
so did I. I was shaking writing down Sasha's name.
Then after that, I mean, because we won that, and then the next part was the Iron cosplay. Kind of explain what that is.
I think it's supposed to be like the Iron Chef show or whatever. I don't watch it. But basically you were given we were given a whole bunch of random materials, and we had like tissue paper, tablecloth, and a whole bunch of other markers and all sorts of, stuff like that. And we were told to make a cosplay out of it. And I think we had like some cardboard too. But at the end we were given one random item we had to include, which was a freaking pool noodle. Luckily no one decided they wanted the same color, so we got yellow, the color we needed. And we did Historia Reese from Attack on Titan because that was simple. And we did her tiara with the pool noodle because it's flexible.
Yeah, I mean, I think y'all did pretty well with that. I mean, like you said, it was a simple one, but I think one of the reasons why the one that won
She also
did.
she had a thing, like a weapon too.
Well, I don't think it was necessarily the weapon. It was because out of the three characters,
Mm-hmm.
she was probably the most well known.
There were already so many Nezuko's there. That was like the 5th Nezuko we saw there. And then there's Historia, specifically when she became queen.
And I thought it was kind of cool that the third team did Madoka.
The fact they put it on a child, I'm like, does that kid even know who that is?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I'm all like, it was kind of a ballsy move doing.
Well, I mean, it's a
Madoka.
magical girl though, so she probably is least seen her probably somewhere.
Because that was, for the longest time, that was one of my favorite. Well, that still is like my favorite magical girl girl show.
Because it's cooler than I guess Sailor Moon's cool, but it's just a bunch of.
I mean, it gets pretty dark. I guess we need to watch that because that'd be a fun one to do.
I started every time I go to watch it, I watch like 3 episodes, and then I stop and then just don't pick it back up again. So like I've already watched so many episodes.
The whole time y'all were doing that, Mom and Addie were making a perler, which
They did Kiro-chan from Cardcaptor Sakura. It's really cute.
we spent a lot of time trying to find that certain color yellow.
I know Kiro's yellow is a very specific yellow.
We ended up not even finding all of it. That's why there's spots on them that are
Darker.
lighter.
No, because there was all the lighter ones and there were a few darker.
I dug out a lot of yellow. Because the ones that we were looking for was the solid color, more orangish looking yellow.
Because it couldn't be like a bright yellow. It had to be like a.
Yeah, so the few extras we had to throw in there were a bright yellow.
I thought they were darker.
Nope. Like I said, I had to dig through a lot of
Okay,
bowls
well,
of perler beads.
Anyhow,
he liked it though, and he's still playing with it.
Yeah, I thought it was still on the counter though. It's been there for like half a
Well, he
week.
keeps moving it around though. And didn't have as many books to choose from because that was one of the things that you get to do is you show up, you get a free book. I got Mashal, and Atticus got, what is it, The Elusive Samurai?
Yeah, the Elusive Samurai. And if you show up in cosplay, I'm pretty sure I got because the person that won first place for the cosplay thing got to pick from the top shelf, but since I showed up in cosplay, even though we got second, well, we tied at second, I still got to pick from the top shelf because Sasha's just cool like that.
Yeah. Well, Atticus got to choose too since
Yeah.
he showed up in his Luffy costume.
Literally shirt, shorts, and a hat. But yeah.
He got a Tamagotchi that
Yeah.
I've reset like 7 times.
Yeah, I got Tondro and I got Chopper, which I managed to keep alive until yesterday morning. Because I woke up really late and like I totally fed it that morning. Totally. I don't know because some Tamagotchis like I know the original one can only live up to 12 days. And I had that thing alive for like who knows how freaking long. So
And with the quiz, tell me about like what all were the questions like?
Oh, for the trivia?
Yeah.
Well, they had quite a few of like the guess the characters. Sasha was on there, hee hee. But like it would have like 3 sections of the character, and it would show one part of the picture, and then if you guessed it within the first or second part of the picture, you would get 2 points instead of 1. Which I don't know a lot. I didn't know all the characters, and somehow Dad knew a One Piece character that I didn't know. I didn't know what Whitebeard looked like. Sorry guys, I'm on episode 115. But and then there was a bunch of guess the intros.
Yeah, they'd play the music, and I didn't know.
You skipped the
any of
intros,
those.
so you know. And you're the one who watched JJK.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to
I
the
at least
intros.
watch it like once or twice when there's a new one, and then I'll skip it every other time.
I mean, if they had played The Rumbling by Sim, which is like the 4th season intro for Attack on
If they
Titan.
had played Shinzo Osasageo, I would have known that one, but they played a different one that I didn't know. And the guy's like, you're going to kick yourself in the butt if you don't know the name of this one. And I'm like, wait, that means it's Attack on Titan then, because I'm wearing a Sasha cosplay.
Yeah, kind of like the girl beside you was wearing that.
She was wearing a My Hero Academia shirt.
Was that
It was
what
Deku.
But yeah, like I said, I didn't know any of those intros. And even those, I mean, there was still a bunch of characters that I didn't
It's
even know
newer
because
anime.
they are all newer anime.
And
they
when
were a bit out of my wheelhouse.
But when it was JJK though, because like it showed the bottom first, and we're like, that's JJK, but they all wear the same uniform. I mean, Yuji's is different though, because he has the hood, and Inumaki, it was him, and we knew that because it came up higher. The collar did.
Yeah, since it covers his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mentioned this a bit last episode, but the people that put that on was the Anime Alliance of Austin.
Yeah.
And I got to join their Discord now, so I guess I'm a member of that.
Well, technically, I am too, Dad.
Well, since it's you have to be 18 and up, technically you're just there via myself, but
well, I'm the cosplayer dad, so
they were talking about us possibly doing one at the pinballs thing. They're
Doing what?
doing a podcast or like doing
Oh.
some interviews with some people if we wanted to at
Mhm.
the anime arcade.
Yeah, well, you can do that, but I'm going to be playing video games because it's an anime arcade. If there's a cosplay contest, what am I going to be doing? Competing.
They showed they showed the rules now. Let me pull it up real quick and I'll tell you. I mean, because I know you saw
Mhm.
it, but I don't know if anything's changed from the last time. But
Talking, guys.
yep, it's going to take place at 7.
It is. Wait, starting at 7?
It's 4 to like 9. But
Can I stay till the end?
I don't know.
What day is it?
The
What day is it?
cosplay contest is at 7, and so you have to show up and kind of check in before then. But there's 2 groups for that contest. There's
Mhm.
going to be technically 2 contests going on.
It's going to be the kids and adults, right?
Yeah, 17 or younger, and then 18 up. So
Usually it's like 15 and below, and then like above 15, I feel like. Well, I guess it's adults and kids, but still.
And also, don't know if there's really going to be. I mean, there's a picture here of the last people that showed up, and it looks like there might have been like 5 total. I don't know if you saw
Like
the
kids
picture.
and adults?
Yeah.
Oh, ox.
And if you look at those costumes, I mean,
Fair enough.
I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty sure you're a shoo-in to win that bad boy.
Yeah.
Because the ones under 17, it's a Deku and a Goku.
Yeah. The fact that you remembered his name. It's crazy. Izuku Midoriya, y'all.
The prizes are pinball gift cards, anime figures, anime prints, and plushies.
Plushies. More to my collection. I can add him to my Tanjiro, my Muzan, my Kanao, and my Sonami, and that one girl from Chainsaw Man that I don't know the name of because I don't watch it.
Yeah, and apparently the little kid in the Goku costume is the one who got first place.
Mm.
But yeah, apparently you get some.
The other kid had green hair too, though, guys.
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure you could probably go without the gear and.
Just to be safe, y'all. I'm joking.
Oh, I mean, I was about to say we can.
Will I fit?
Go ahead and
the doors are wait. Will I fit through the doors?
Yeah.
Okay, because like I can't put my arms.
I mean, it's one of those things we'd probably put it on just for the contest. I wouldn't
Mhm.
expect you to walk around in it because
Are weapons allowed? They should be, guys.
Yeah, I'm guessing. The next one that we're also planning on going to, the Colossal Con, I'm still got to check to see if we have to get like the full weekend pass for you to be part of the cosplay thing.
We should. That way we can just like stay there and we can go both days and I can have lots of fun.
Technically, it's 3 days. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it starts like in the evening on Friday. And
Well,
then
that
it's
means
all
I'll get
day.
to miss a day of school for Anime Con. Why is this a problem?
And
I mean, what day is it gonna be on?
I don't
August,
remember.
right?
Yeah, it's August.
Because like I don't know when.
Let me see,
6th grade
because it's
starts.
going to be at Kalahari. Like, if you go to the one that did the whole, hey, you got accepted today.
Which one?
Mama not tell you?
She didn't tell me nothing.
Well, we don't know about the logistics yet because of the driving, but
It did.
they were like, hey, do you still want to go here because there's an opening?
Whoa.
So
And I kind of gave up after it because I was like, well, I mean, it's so close, guys.
yeah.
And I was like, but they have an anime club there.
Oh, they do?
They do. And they're like, wow, you guys would just fit right in. And I'm like, yeah, but because like Ellie's not going to be next year.
Yeah.
So I would be alone.
And anyway, yeah, that came in. So we accepted. We don't know if we're going to, go through with it all and everything. But
That's probably why she didn't tell me.
And anyway, that starts like July 22nd.
It doesn't start anywhere in August?
No, because it's like one of those that goes almost, I mean, it has a weird schedule on how it runs.
Yeah, Ellie's mom said that it had a weird schedule.
Yeah, and I think this is like August 15th, 17th, something like that. Not sure. It's one of those, it is nice, but, and I might
50
just
steps and get there.
I might end up beeping those out just so there's not like a lot of
Middle school.
identifying
Yeah.
information. Right now, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want people to steal you.
Oh no, a bunch of anime fans kidnapped me. Do you watch Attack on Titan?
Well, so far, our listener group is a bunch of, our primary audience right now is like dudes like 20 to 40. So
Yeah.
just because a lot of kids aren't.
Into podcasts about anime.
Yeah. We haven't reached that demographic yet.
Not that popular.
Maybe we
guys.
can just get you some opening some boxes and then we'll really
Yeah,
get
the
a
kids
following.
love pictures of people opening toys that they don't have. I mean, it's nice to watch before you get stuff, I guess, that way you can kind of see. But just watching people open a bunch of surprise anime figures isn't very fun.
So yeah, no, that came in. Like I said, we still not sure yet because we're gonna have to talk. But we went ahead. We only had like 48 hours to actually accept it before it moved on. So we went ahead and accepted it just so in case.
I mean, we can still cancel though, right? So
Yeah, we don't. I mean, you're not registered yet. We accepted the
I'm
invitation.
just a possible student.
Yeah. So.
I'm not a student yet, just a possible one.
Yeah, and I don't know how the drive on that would work. Would be kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
I checked. I was like, whoa, 38 minutes to get here to there from now. Like,
Yeah.
that's like midday. So, that's like not during like a rush time or anything.
Yeah.
Because like it's already hard to get to.
It'd be like an hour round trip for Mom.
Bro, I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. to get there on time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could just like check in late every day. It's fine. What am I missing? Anime club's only on Tuesdays in the afternoon.
Here you go.
So I only have to go on Tuesdays.
But yeah, there's that convention and then the Colossal one. And that just means also if we get the back part of your costume done, that means you're going to have to put it on again so we can make sure everything fits and is right.
Oh my God, bro.
So that's always fun to
We need to
put
like
on and take off.
safety pin stuff to my clothes because the stuff, the skirt thingy, it kept falling and it was annoying because I kept having to tuck it in.
Yeah. Well, we need to just do the snap, like I was saying on that
Yeah.
one, because you keep it up and then you don't have to worry about that. Or we can do the Velcro. And like I said, probably going to put some of the double-sided tape on the leg things.
We might need to like put it on there and then have me walk around and see how well it works.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is even if it's not sticky, the way it's rubbery, it'll still like grip so it won't fall down like it had been. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up with that aspect of our otaku life?
No.
All right. Well, I guess in that case, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be doing Hear Me Out, Anime Edition.
I don't know what yours are, and somehow it's scaring me.
There's some that I know you're not going to get, but I'm sure our
I might
listeners
know
will.
them, but like, it depends.
Yep. So we'll be right back.
Hey, fellow anime fans, it's Dexi. If you're loving Weeb and a Half and want to help support the show, you should totally check out our Patreon. Not only will you be helping us keep the podcast going, but you'll also get some awesome perks like bonus episodes, access to the Discord, and even a shout out in an episode. Basically, you'll get more anime talk, more laughs, and maybe even more of Dad's terrible takes. Trust me, it's worth it. So if you want to join our little anime family and get some exclusive goodies, head over to patreon.com/weebandahalf and check it out. Thanks for the support, and as always, stay weeby. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're gonna be playing Hear Me Out, which it was a trend at one point. We're kind of late, like very late. But basically you're saying like a character that like you think is cute that like you like, but like it's a pretty unpopular opinion. Like if I were to do like something that's not anime, like I don't know, like the Geico Gecko or something, or like the Kool-Aid Man.
Question is, why did you immediately go to the Geico Gecko?
I saw a video of someone making a Hear Me Out cake and they put the Geico Gecko on it. They also put the Kool-Aid Man. Questioning if they're okay.
All right, so did you want me to do my first one?
Yes.
Okay. And I kind of have an order that I put mine in. You don't have
Mine
to.
are random. Mine are...
I was about to
they're
say,
all awesome.
you can be random. It doesn't matter. It's just I'm starting with like my least favorite and ending with my favorite.
How many? You had 8?
8.
If 5. One of them doesn't have a reason. I hope that's okay.
Well,
I
as
don't.
long as you can talk about them.
Yeah, I think I can.
Okay, my first one is Fu Kasumi from Samurai Champloo. Sure, she's can be annoying and eats way too much, but she is kind of cute and she does have her moments. And really, without her, the show wouldn't have even existed. She was the one who brought Mugen and why am I blanking on the other guy's name?
Jin.
Jin.
I don't watch it, but I know.
There you go. Yeah, Mugen and Jin. I mean, she was the one who brought them together, and she was pretty funny throughout that show. And yeah, so when I was trying to think of characters, because also just kind of a little back thing, it's like there's tons of characters that I know people would immediately go to,
Yeah.
and I was trying to stay away from that, even though I know there's probably one or two on here that people are going to.
You're like, that's
Yeah.
not a hear me out. That's everyone hears you on that one.
Yeah.
But what's the problem with eating too much? Food's awesome.
Well, that was where most of their money went was, I mean, they ate too, but
Oh.
it was like she would eat so much that, after she ate throughout half the episode, like they made her look like she was fat because she ate so much. She was so stuffed. So, but, and she had pretty good emotional intelligence and stuff like that. So, I mean, it wasn't like she would just be stupid and like, all that.
Like walk off a cliff without knowing a type person.
I'm not sure how old she is. I know they put her as a teen, so I know that makes it kind of weird, but
Dude, one of my characters could be my dad.
yeah, but as far as animes full of swords and fighting go, she's probably one of the realest girls in there. So that was Ukasumi. What about you?
Well, my character is a side character. It's Nishinoya from Haikyuu. And honestly, I like him. Like, I like the other characters, but I like Nishinoya a bit more because, like, the role he plays on the team is, I think it's pronounced libero in English. I don't know, I watch it in Japanese sometimes. Since he plays that role, like, when the ball's about to hit the ground and no one else can say that that's his job is to make sure the ball doesn't hit the ground. So he's not trying to score points, he's stopping the other team from scoring points. So, like, people usually don't have enough motives to be that role because they feel like they can't score points at all, like they can't help the team. But how enthusiastic he is about it, and honestly, he's just adorable too.
So his whole job is just to dive.
Yes, he dives. Half of the thing you just see him hitting the ground, and it's really cute and funny. And there was
Well, you know what they say, a good offense is a good defense.
yeah. He's really funny cuz like there's this taller character named Asahi. And he looks really tough and he acts really strong when he's on court, but off court, he's like the wimpiest person you'll ever meet. And somebody was mean to Asahi, and Nishinoya was like, he's like a Pomeranian, you know? Like, they're really tiny, but they're really mean. And it was adorable because, like, he was like freaking out and like beating some guys up for being mean to Asahi. But yeah, he's like really nice. He's like 5'3". I think he's a teenager. Okay.
My next one here is a character from Trigun. And I know most people would go with Meryl on this because, she's funny. She's kind of like the female protagonist of the show. But no, I'm going with Millie because she's tall, she's goofy, she carries a huge gun, but she's probably the best wing woman in the galaxy on that show. And she is pretty funny at times.
Sorry, who?
Millie Thompson.
Don't know who that is, but I'm gonna keep smiling and act like I do.
Yeah, no, she is, like I said, if you've ever seen the stuff on Trigun, and not Trigun Stampede, because I don't think she's actually in the new one, because I haven't watched it, but this is the original Trigun, and yeah, she's one of the other insurance people that is with Meryl, and they're the ones who were out looking for Vash the Stampede.
So let's hope Luigi didn't get her during the health insurance thing.
Yeah. But she's, like I said, she carries a huge gun and is the best female in that show, in my opinion, even though there's not a ton of them.
You done talking?
Go for it.
Levi. I know it's weird because
Another guy that's really short.
I know I was like looking. I'm like they're all so short, but like I know it's weird because like by the end of the show he's like freaking 40 years old, so it's old enough to be my dad. But
And a
whatever.
paraplegic. He's in a wheelchair. Or at least in the anime.
Yeah, in the manga you don't see him handing lollipops at the end. I didn't see it, but hold on, I have notes.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I wrote words. One of my things is he's short. So he's like my height. Well, I mean he's still taller, but when I was watching his backstory, he looked a bit like a roach, but he was so tiny and so fragile. I just wanted to hold him and hug him, and also I feel like I wouldn't have to do as much cleaning because he would do it all. I could just like either he would nag me about it or he would do it himself.
I mean, he's not Armin, so I really don't think he's going to be doing too much whining about it.
Oh my god! Dude, well, I mean, there's that one scene when, like, they were cleaning, like, the dining room, whatever, and he runs his hand under the table, and, like, one speck of dirt falls, and he goes, "It's not clean in here. It's so dirty."
Man, if we ever get merch, I totally want to make a shirt that just says "Quit whining, Armin."
I hate you so much.
Admit it, that'd be a good shirt.
It would be, but I'd punch you in the stomach for it. Yeah, okay, in the manga, like, I guess it's worse for you because you heard the tone of him whining. For me, it's just complaining and getting worried. So
I mean, really, I guess he wasn't like whining, but
it wasn't like, "But mom, I don't want to." It was "We're all gonna die."
I guess we're the monsters now.
Yeah.
All right, I go?
Yeah.
All right, this one and the one after this, it's kind of a toss-up. I was having trouble like going one over the other because these are two of them that are like, okay, I'm sure other
Mhm.
people have the same opinion, but Kikoru, Shinomiya.
Yeah. I
I mean,
can hear you.
because, well, for one, she's super overbearing and very proud. At the same time, though, under pressure, she tends to be perfect.
Mhm.
She really shows no fear. She's super brave, even though she is kind of lacking in the personality department.
She's kind of basic, like I like anger issues somewhat female character.
And she's really good at roasting older men, so I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot of back and forth that could be going on there.
She's gonna roast you so hard, man.
So,
You're even older than him. She's gonna roast the crap out of you.
all right.
I go.
Yep.
Meguro Bachira from Blue Lock, like compared to the
How
other.
tall is he?
Okay, I don't know. He's not that short. He's 100 and
90 years old.
no. I was counting centimeters. Hold on, I saw a pic because I remember thinking like, oh wow, Isagi's the shortest. He's like 151 centimeters. Don't know how many. Are you looking it up?
Yeah. What was his name? Sorry.
Meguro Bachira from Blue Lock. I swear to God.
There we go. Let's see here. I'll just add height to this and see what it says. Wonder if I can just do that. 5'9". So he's 6 inches taller than the others, but still, I mean, I realize I'm like,
he's a teenager. Leave him alone. He's like
and
a
also
first
I realized
year.
I'm all like still clocking in under 6 feet tall, but at the same time, I guess in their defense, they are kind of Asian. So
Yeah, a lot of them don't. A lot of the.
I mean, Levi technically.
He's not Asian.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He technically wasn't. He was just short, but
Yeah,
if
he's
they are
just
going to be
short.
Asian, they are going to be.
Because like
They're not going to be the tallest.
most of the Asian characters in K-pop idols I know don't exceed more than like 5'11". I was about to say 5'12". I'm like, that's not a thing. Because like the other characters when they're playing soccer too, though, they're just like gotta win, because that's like what they think. But you see Bachira playing and like he's like actually having fun, like the other ones are just like stressing. But also his play style, I mean, I don't get to see as much coolness in it because
Lots of kicking.
dribbling actually, scissors. He doesn't. I mean, they are strikers, but he doesn't do as much striking as he does dribbling really well. He does it really fancily though. And just, like, he always talks about having this monster in his head, as in, like, like, the instinct that tells him when to shoot and stuff, And, like, as a child, he had, like, no friends, and because they thought he was that weird kid for having the monster. I mean, he was good at soccer. He's always been good at soccer. But, you know, he was that one weird kid. The one that's like, "Oh, here he comes again. He's gonna ask us to play soccer." He was that one kid that randomly walked up to you. Um, yeah, he's stylish and he's cool and he's nice. He's really funny. He makes really funny expressions and I like that. Considering a lot of anime boys, like the ones people like, are always the cold ones who always have the exact same expression on.
Like light.
Yeah. Can we talk about his Justin Bieber haircut? um, but yeah, he's always like, he's very determined to win, but he at least has fun.
My next one is Rei Ayanami from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Which one is that?
She's the one with like the white hair.
Okay.
I mean,
Blue or white?
it's like a bluish. I mean, it's
Yeah.
anyway. She might be the mysterious clone girl trope, but the cool part about her to me is the creator of Evangelion based her off of people's subconscious or the unconscious self. So she's kind of like a study in identity, autonomy, and like just learning how to want something for yourself. Like, I'll eventually, I know I'm going to do an episode over Evangelion. And
Eventually.
it's just every character in that is a case study over something in a person's mind. But she was the unconscious self. And
Like learning, like you said, like learning how to want things for yourself, like making decisions for yourself.
Yeah. And like realizing, like, you didn't realize you wanted that, but something in the back of your head is telling you to.
Reminds me of Kana from Demon Slayer. To make decisions, she would flip coins because she didn't know what she wanted. And then, like, Tanjiro stole her coin, and then she had to start making decisions on her own.
It was either that or, what's her name from Glypnir, but I didn't feel like...
That blonde girl?
Yeah. I was like, that one's a little too obvious. If, if you like that anime, you're going to like her. So, go for it.
Okay, hear me out. Inosuke from Demon Slayer. Without the mask, y'all. I mean, either is fine, but looks a bit better.
And just making sure, since I've seen one episode, that is the boar mask, right?
Yes.
Okay. If he wasn't wearing, I wouldn't have been able to tell you.
Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, he is kind of weird because he does run around shirtless. But a lot of anime guys do, okay? I feel like he's the type of person that does care about people, but he doesn't tell them. He's like the type of person who's like if his friend got injured in battle, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh!" But he's also the type of person to where, like, when they're just talking, like, he doesn't care about you type person. But I don't know how to explain it. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it any better because I can't explain things.
Well, isn't that kind of the point of the whole hear me out? All these characters, there's something you're drawn to. It's like their whole je ne sais quoi.
I don't speak French.
Je ne sais quoi translates to I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but like he's the type of person that would like care about you, but then again, like not let you know that he cares about you type person. And he does charge into things head first and not think of a plan, but he usually wins. So, and he's always just like compared to how dark the anime is. Yeah, Tanjiro is really bright because he's like a sunshine, but Inosuke is really funny, really, really funny.
My next one is Turbo Granny. No, I'm kidding. It's not Turbo Granny.
Oh my god, the cat?
No, pre-cat. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not Turbo Granny. No, I went with Nobara Kugisaki.
Yeah, that's not really hear me out, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, well, because she's got the whole hammer thing, and she is like, out of that show, yes, she's probably one of them that...
She's kind of annoying, in my opinion,
I mean, she's kind of rude. She's demanding and all that, but the whole hammer and nails thing is pretty cool. So
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah, there was a couple others I had been going through, but I was like, you know what? If I had to pick someone from Jujutsu Kaisen, it's probably her. So, like I said, not super crazy, but and she's always wearing a suit too. That was the other thing. Like,
Wait, it's not the uniform?
well, yeah, it's the uniform, but it's like
It's
a lot of
cropped.
the other. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
What's your next one there?
Do I have to say?
Well, yeah, this would be one
Okay,
of your
fine.
last ones, right?
Yeah, I guess. It would be my last one. Guys, hear me out. I don't want you to say anything before I somehow try to explain. Can't really do that. It's kind of hard to with this character. Naruto Uzumaki from Naruto. Maybe I'm just drawn to him because the fact that he is my age and not like some 40-year-old man in a wheelchair like Levi. It's old enough to be my dad, but whatevs. But like, a lot of the characters I like them just because they're funny. Because all the other male characters, like in Naruto, there's the character Sasuke, and all the girls like, oh my gosh, she's so hot, and I'm like, I guess so. Like Sakura, chill, girl are 12, but he's that character that's like no one really, is drawn to him because it's Naruto we're talking about. He is that one basic shoujo character that wants to become like the strongest, and he kind of has no abilities. I mean, he does have quite a few by the end. The amount of care, like he's a very caring person. You see him and Sakura fighting like 24/7 and on missions, even when they're about to die. But like, if she died, he would probably always think it was his fault, and he'd probably never forgive himself. Although he might say some stupid stuff at her funeral, kind of roasting her in her grave. I don't know how to explain it, Dad. He's just so nice. And Sasuke is that one person that doesn't have any different expressions. He's just, has like that one face, and he doesn't have any other emotes, Dad.
Yeah, I felt like I was on some of these, I was going to go on some pretty deep dives, but then again, I felt like I wanted to do some to where it's at least you would get the reference for most of them, because I mean, even though there's several of them here that I know that
I
you didn't know, but
recognize no bar the
I didn't
most.
I didn't want to like go really deep. But the next one I have is, all right, hear me out. She's filthy, she's feral, she's a pathological liar, but also deeply loyal and one of the most lovable characters, Power from Chainsaw Man.
Oh my god. The girl, wait, the one with the horns?
The one with the crazy eyes, yeah.
Get out. You need to leave, Dad. You need to leave.
Like I said,
Yeah,
she's crazy,
yeah.
but she's loyal to a fault.
I had a friend that thought the same thing about her, and I was like, dude, I don't watch Chainsaw Man, but I know enough to not hear you out.
So, I mean, I guess,
can't hear you out.
do you have any others you can think of at the moment, or because I have two left after this, which I mean I can go through them, but I don't know if maybe something came to mind.
I'm trying to think of anime I watch. Wait.
Luffy.
Okay. Well, yeah, but no. He's a very loyal person. I mean, he's like the definition of loyalty. But I don't think this one's a hear me out because it's this character. But like Dobby from My Hero Academia. And no, he's not a house elf. I knew you were gonna say something stupid.
I was just gonna mention giving him a sock.
Yeah, I know. Because his real name is Toya. I'm not gonna tell you his last name because that might be spoilers. But
Takamine.
no,
I just guessed.
Well, spoiler, guys. Toya Todoroki, Choto's older brother. So he's
my neighbor Todoroki.
No, that kid has trauma, guys. He's not your friendly neighbor. He's gonna light your house on fire. But he was born with a quirk that was, because his mom had ice powers and his dad had really strong fire powers, and he was born with extremely hot flame power. But since he didn't get any resistance with like ice from his mom, like the flames are too hot and they burn his body and he can't use them. It's kind of pointless now, huh? But like I just felt so sad because like his father was the type of person that like didn't care. He's like, "You're getting hurt, suck it up, man." You know, he's that kind of horrible person. And so like he kind of like, guys, this is like a whole spoiler for me trying to explain this to y'all. So he kind of just like pushed him aside and said, "Oh, you're another failure." They have like 4 other siblings, bro. There's like no, there's like 5 or 6 Todoroki kids, bro. There's like so many, bro. And after Shoto was born, he got like really pushed aside, you know, and like nobody paid attention to him except for his mom. And so like I guess he got involved in some sort of like I guess he was like trying to like use his powers at some point, and he was out in the forest, and the forest got on fire, and he like burned and almost died. And then after that happened, like I guess he became like he started his villain arc, and like he has like his skin got so messed up, like it's all like burnt, and like most of his skin is purple, like it looks like a crisp, and he had to get like new skin, but like it's not stitched together normally. There's like staples, and it looks kind of weird. But he's like such a cool character. He's cool, and he's beautiful. Well, not beautiful, but like you know.
All right. I don't feel like my list would be complete without an AOT character.
God, I gotta brace myself.
Just, you want to take a guess? Take a stab
well, there's only...
It might hear me out.
There's only 5 female... Oh. Nah, she don't count. You would never say her anyways. Mikasa?
No.
Hanji?
Like
No.
Hanji.
I was to say, wait, no, you say she yaps too much, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Mikasa kind of just tags around with
as
Eren.
far as hear me outs go, I feel like if you're watching AOT...
Yeah, Mikasa's not
Mikasa, Sasha, but no, Hanji. She's nerdy. She's got glasses, a ponytail.
Half up, half down.
I mean,
half up,
mid-90s TV or movies claim that, you know, she is the completely unpopular girl with her ponytail and glasses.
And the...
Paint-covered overall? No, she doesn't have covered overalls.
In the after-school thing, I believe she was the science? I don't remember if she was science or... Because Levi was the janitor. Historia was the popular girl. And... I don't remember what type... She was a teacher, I know that. Erwin, I think, was, like, history teacher. Which kind of makes sense, because, like, his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And... Yeah, I don't remember. I think she might have been a science teacher.
I mean, she turned Titan torture into an art.
Yeah, you know, she probably blew things up in the science lab.
Yeah, and her excitement over new scientific things was just great.
So she was probably science, I think.
So, you got another one somewhere, or do you want me to go with my...
I have a whole bunch in my head, but I'm like, that's not a hear me out, guys. Because, like, I feel like...
That's just a husband foo.
They're called husbandos, Dad. They have a name. Don't you know? There's waifus and husbandos. I guess I could say ace, but like that's ace. So like I don't think it needs much explanation. Cause like that's not really a hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like
he's just straight up husbando material.
He's Luffy's older brother, Dad. Wait, I like a lot of older brothers now that I think about it. Cardcaptor Sakura,
Man,
older
if there
brother.
was short older brothers.
Man, that played soccer. Whoa.
All right.
Or volleyball.
Here's my last one.
Gotta say, hear me out.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Misa Amane from Death Note.
I haven't seen her yet. She's the blonde girl with the red lipstick, right?
She is the...
Isn't she like Light's girlfriend or something?
She is Light's girlfriend because she actually... I mean, I don't want to ruin it for you, but she has a Shinigami.
I know that, Dad. The internet ruined it for me.
And she's completely ride or die. And not only is she a pop idol, but she outwitted the police. She manipulated Light. And...
What about Ryuzaki?
Technically got no credit for it.
Yeah.
She did a lot of stuff and then Light did end up manipulating her as well. But like I said, she was.
How'd she get with Light?
They both had Shinigami, and she traded. She got Shinigami eyes.
Oh.
So she knew who he was.
Oh. Are they dating, or am I crazy?
But
like,
she was a fan. That was the thing. She's a fan. She's a fan. She's a fan.
That.
But as far as characters go in that show, she is kind of annoying. You get super frustrated with her, but when you step back and look, for a long period there, she carries the story arc.
Well, I
with
mean,
no credit.
I would say like if I was,
and I think that's
Death Note
mostly
character.
though because Light and L have such big personalities that
Light overthinks literally every move. It's like, can't you eat a potato chip without narrating it? If I were to choose a Death Note character, though, I would say L, because, like, I mean...
Not N?
What?
E comes later. There's N and D.
What do we got... Oh, here's the game. We got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean... That's just...
N is the one who ends up actually...
Wait, what color is N's hair? Is it white?
I don't know. He's like a little young blonde kid.
Yeah, if his hair is white, then I think I've seen a picture of him.
Well, I don't think I think the one you're thinking of is the older one.
I don't know.
I can't
Why
remember
the
off the top
letters?
of my head. So no one knows who they are. Like
Yeah.
they all come from like the same orphanage, where they're all trained to be.
Whoa, man! Take a step back. Okay. I was not aware. But
You'll get there.
trained in
Like
an
I said-
orphanage.
But like I said, at the same time with those guys, it's the arc after.
he does.
Yeah,
And it becomes
and-
fan fiction.
Yeah, no one cares anymore. Or at least I didn't. I was just doing it to get through it.
I mean, I would say Luffy, but that's just because of his loyalty. I feel like if you said you liked him, he wouldn't. He'd be like, "Yeah, I love you too. I love everybody." He's that type of person that wouldn't get what you're saying.
So
like-
was there any surprises there on any of mine?
Well, for a second when you said Turbo Granny, I was like, "Whoa, man, what the heck?" Because I mean, that's like. And then you said before cat form, but I freaked out even more because the pictures of that thing.
Yeah.
Dear God.
No, and there was some other characters, like one of the characters in...
That was like, wait, is he gonna say the grandma? And I was
Mhm.
like, and then you said, nah, no bar. I was like, oh, that's safer option. I mean, technically she's a teenager, so I mean, technically the safer option would have been the grandma.
Yeah, and there was some characters like from...
The grandma looks like she's 21. Help.
From Tenjo Tenge, but they're kind of designed
To be that way.
to be, well, they're not a hear me out, honestly.
Mhm.
There's, in some of the anime, there's just really no hear me out because,
You don't
Well-
have to say it. And
well,
it's
and also because a lot of, females are made to be attractive and all
Like-
that. That's, some shows that's the only point they serve, but you have other shows like, AOT where several of the characters they had their own story arcs and lots of strong characters in that. Speaking of that, there was a thing I saw on Reddit the other day. Apparently it was some argument going on
oh,
Reddit.
God. What
And
happened?
this guy was all like, well, that's because there are no good female anime creators.
Ah!
But get this, his avatar
Uh-huh.
was Al from Full Metal Alchemist.
Wait, is that the girl?
No, Al's the boy. But the thing is, and his character, his screen name was even something like FMAB, which would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, fan 18 or 20 or something like that.
Did a girl
right?
make that?
Yes.
In your
That's
face.
the whole thing was like, he was like, because there are no good female anime creators, and Full Metal Alchemist was created by, which one is it? Hirumi Arakawa. She is a huge anime, creator. Like, just hear some of the stuff that she's done is, she's Full Metal Alchemist is the big one, but she also did Hero Tales, Silver Spoon,
Silver
Uh,
Spoon.
Demons of the Shadow Realm, which is one of her newest ones. She's won numerous awards for her anime. And this guy
Does
is
he know what
sitting
he's
there
saying?
talking. No. And the thing was that just had someone had a screenshot of it and they were like, so, guys, who's going to tell him?
Yeah. Like when people say there's no good female people, like I don't know about Full Metal Alchemist. Like I knew what it was, but like I don't watch it, so I didn't know who made it. And so like people are like, name one, and I'm like, well, I mean Sailor Moon's good, but like she's just kind of a magical girl, you know. And I was like, well, like think about popular anime then. Oda. Oh wait, that's a boy. Hajime Isayama. Oh wait, that's a boy. Cause like I just think of like the basic big anime, and it's all just
Rumiko
guys.
Takahashi,
Wrote.
Inuyasha.
Oh yeah, for the longest time I thought that was a boy.
Yeah, and then you have
And then
Naoko
you have Inuyasha,
Takeuchi, which is or
Sailor Moon.
Takeuchi, which is
Yeah.
Sailor Moon.
Because I mean, if you think about it, yeah, that person is awesome. They made Inuyasha, they made Ranma, they made the Mermaid Saga thing. They did countless others that I don't know the name of because Inuyasha and Ranma were the popular ones, I think.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny though because and I think even in the comments someone had mentioned something about Inuyasha and been like, next he's going to tell me he's never watched Inuyasha or he doesn't.
I know
like
that's like one of the most basic ones, like Sailor Moon, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball, Naruto. Like those are the.
Natsuki Takaya did Fruits Basket.
Oh yeah, that one's so good. It was remade.
The creator of Orange.
Orange was so freaking sad, bro. Wait, who
Oh.
made Frieren? Who made Frieren? Was it a girl or guy?
Let me see.
Same for MHA and JJK. I don't think was ever revealed. I don't think that person ever said if they were male or female.
Let me see.
People have just guessed.
Frieren by Kanehito Yamada, and I think that's a guy though.
Oh, about MHA, I don't know if it's a guy or girl.
I don't know, but here's the other thing though. Oh, and something that I just learned.
What?
There's one who goes by Clamp,
Yeah.
which I didn't know they did Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah.
The one that I do know that they did because someone I knew back in the day was a huge fan of this was Chobits. About the little girl computer. Well, she was like a robot computer.
I don't know.
It was actually pretty good. Like, but yeah, it was one of those I did not know that was the same person
Can I
that
tell
did
you?
those.
Can I tell you a completely random story about like an author of one of MHA?
Yeah, and just for the record, This Corner of the World was done by a female,
Yeah.
and so was Blue Exorcist.
But basically, so in the end, spoiler, y'all. I don't know if it's a spoiler. It's got kind of popular on the internet, and people are like arguing deeply about it because Deku, bro, what the fart? Deku ends up with Uraraka, the person that we all want, like not all, the one that was most likely to end up with, the main female, clearly likes him. He clearly likes her. The Bakudeku fans are gonna come for me. But after, cause like even Bakugo had nudged like him to like, hey, just go ask her out, man. And people shit Bakugo and Deku because they are really close childhood friends, and one's like a shy, like, oh my god, like I'm freaking out type of person, and like, oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan of you, and like, and Bakugo be the whatevs, type of person. He's like always yelling at Deku type person, and people shipped them. Lots of MHA fans shipped them, and whenever like Deku ended up with Uraraka, the Bakudeku fans got so freaking angry. Like, they were sitting so much hate at the creator of MHA for not putting him with Bakugo at the end. I'm like, did y'all really think for 1 second that they would get put together, guys? Are y'all okay? No, of course they're not. They're Bakudeku shippers. But yeah, it's just like, guys, really? Are you serious right now? Because they got so much hate because they didn't put two guys that was not a canon ship together.
Real quick, back to the female created stuff. Two that I didn't know, but also I don't sit around wondering, like, is this created by a man or a woman? But regardless, Cells at Work.
Yeah.
Written by a female. And
I don't have to go to school. I can just stay home and watch that and learn biology and learn science by watching Dr. Stone.
And Dead Man Wonderland was actually done by a married couple. but the wife is
The
the one who
story.
wrote it, and her husband drew it. But yeah, Dead Man Wonderland. I got to see if there's a manga for that because the anime just ended, or at
Oof.
least I can't find any more of it.
But yeah,
So.
no people that are popular make good anime if they're female. Guys, Inuyasha and Ranma. Dude, I'm part of the. I just recently joined the Ranma fandom because when I was at the beach, I didn't feel like watching Legally Blonde, so I went downstairs with my friend, and we watched Ranma on YouTube on the TV, free with ads in Japanese. Got to like an episode, I think, because I read the first book. It was pretty good. It's pretty funny. But like like I like they redid it recently with different animation. But like I enjoy sitting in the fandom of Inuyasha and Rama knowing the fandom has been dead for years. It's like considering that no newer kids watch, like no younger kids really watch those animes anymore. Like no one like posts about it as often, and you're just kind of like, because like it's an older one too, so you're like sitting there. It's like, do you watch Inuyasha? What's that? What? My friend from school watched one of my friends, not the anime fans, but like just one of the random kids in my class watched Inuyasha, and they're like, "Do you watch Inuyasha?" I'm like, "Do you?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my
Well,
gosh!"
it's kind of weird for me because like in school and stuff, that was a main one just because it was on Adult Swim, and that was
Mhm.
everyone's main source of anime.
Well, now everybody watches Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, and One Piece, and like Dan Dan. I'm like,
Mhm.
dude, you're in 5th grade. What?
Alrighty, well, I think we've got this episode
Mhm.
in the bag. If you have any questions, comments, or hot takes, you can hit us up at our email at.
We've been a half podcast at gmail.com.
We're still working on the website. I say working on it. It's there. We have a domain name. We have a WordPress. We have nothing on it. And also like and subscribe, comment, whatever on Spotify. That's what we'd like. And also we have our Patreon at patreon.com/weeb.and-a-half.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Weeb and a Half. Thanks for hanging out with us. And remember, whether you're a hardcore weeb or just here for the fun, we're all family. Catch you next time.
I've been Blake.
And I'm Dexi.
And stay weeby.